I know Zdeněk. He make everything hard training, hard concentrate. This is why it's only one Zdeněk Stybar. Zdeněk Stybar not born every year, every 10 years, I don't know.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cyclocross Social Podcast. Today we'll be taking a look ahead at the next round of the Cyclocross World Cup held in Tabor inside the Czech Republic on an iconic venue. Before I introduce my two guests of the show, I would like to let you guys know that if you have any reactions, comments or whatever, feel free to either leave a review or send an email to the email address in the description. That is noah@cyclocross.com. It's cyclocross with 3 S's at the end. Then today I have a special guest joining me to take a look ahead at the World Cup. He is from the Czech Republic and has been multiple times national champion of the Czech Republic. He does not speak the best English, he already told us, but nevertheless he agreed to come on our podcast and we are very grateful for that. We have joining us the silver medalist of the 2001 World Championships held in Tabor, Petr Dlask. Welcome on the show, Petr.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for the invite.
As usual, I am also joined by Issam.
Everybody.
So we'll talk about the World Cup in Tabor, which is one of the only classic races outside of Belgium. Petr, you've raced there on the new and the old parcours. What makes the race special?
For us, it's important that is this big race. Beginning 2001 was the World Champions, and 2 years before was the two times World Cup. For us, it is special that young riders can see big stars from foreign countries, like was before Sven Nys, Mario de Klerk, Erwin Verwecke, and then coming Zdeněk Stybar. It was for Czech riders big star, and many people they follow the way for Zdeněk. So in Czech we have this big race, and it's perfect that organizer Agentura Cyklistika make it every year. It is not easy because you know how it is situation now about COVID, that find money and find good partners. It's not easy, but after 2 years we have here world champions, and it is also for Czech people, Czech riders and Czech fans really special. So we are happy with this. And track, I started before, it is already 20 years. I started on old track. Yeah, it was more upstairs, but it was also special. It was a long way there and turn and long way back. Yeah, so it was a little bit older, and now it is more climbs. Because track is now more near a river, and there is all area, and is there good place for fans, because from one position you can see 70% track.
I can imagine that it's special being able to race or even just have a big race in your country, especially if it's not Belgium or the Netherlands where it isn't normal. You had the honor of being able to ride a big race, the biggest race, I must say, in your own country. You briefly mentioned it already, the 2001 World Championships in Tabor. Could you tell us something about that race?
It was nice race, special race. Sometimes I remember it was for us that really after long time was in Czech Republic World Champions, because many years back was 1987 in Mladá Boleslav. It is our city where I live, so I was there on this World Champions already when I was young, and there I began in cyclocross, and it was for us that we can start on this big race in Czech. It was for us a hard situation that before many fans from Czech and also many fans from Belgium. I already 2 years before start on many races in Belgium, and What I feel I have, I like it, Belgian fans, and there was special that was front Mario Leclerc, Erwin Vervecken, and it was still special that was snow and was around zero. Sometimes was ice, sometimes was muddy. So really echt cyclocross, and I was second. It was a little bit pity, but win Erwin, and he was best. So it like it is. But remember many time on this race.
Yeah, did you expect that you could end second there, or was it a surprise for you?
I have good season. I was, I think, 4 or 6 times before during season. I was on podium on Worldcup. I know that it was in Ludelange. Also was Worldcup in Zolder, Zeddam. It was a race in Holland. So I was good. I have a good season and I feel good. But you know how it is. You can be 2 times, 5 times on podium or World Cups, but World Champions race is a little bit other. Then must for this race you must concentrate and must be everything best from morning till afternoon end race. And for me it was special that it was really in Czech, and Czech fans helped me many times, and they give me many power, and I believe that I can be in podium. But you know how it is. You must make 1 hour hard cyclocross, hard race, and then you can be on podium. But it was perfect and surprise. It was good for me that I was on podium. A little bit bad that lost title 1 or 2 seconds, but that's life.
Later, they changed the parcours of the World Cup. Which one do you like better, the new one or the old one?
I think that this track is what's now. It is more modern, like it was before 20 years. Yeah. Now the track have 2 steps passage. Also, is there important place for hurdles. It is who know it and who jump hurdles. He has big advantage because after hurdles is small climb, and it is about technique. And also, is there nice start and finish passage. That is area, and for young people, they begin in their training, and for when you go every category is more and more, you feel that okay, I will have good condition. I will be cyclocrossman, and I will be for future maybe start on the World Cups a bit with juniors category under 23. It is thinking for future. So I think that this track is more modern, and for fans, like I say already on start, fans, they can watch from one place 70% the track. And it is important now for television is interest for public. So I think that it is perfect place for cyclocross.
What do you think about the place on the calendar? Would you rather have it in January, what we've seen plenty of times when we have races in snow or ice? Or would you have it in November, which we have now when it's a bit drier and faster? Or doesn't it matter to you?
I like it everything. I like it dry race, muddy race, and snow and ice. For us, it's a little bit advantage that here in Czech Republic, now it is not, but before 10, 15 years was many years snow for training and for races. So we have advantage from this, that can start it on small races on Toy Cup on snow, that we can make training on snow, and it was good for us. But now beginning not so hard winter and snow and ice. I don't know how many times is in winter here in Czech. So I prefer everything, and it's nice race that will be muddy, but in Tabor. Not will be hard muddy like in Belgium. because here it is ground is really hard, yeah? And the track is 90% on meadow, but not can be there in big muddy like is in Belgium. I say like is in Niel or Koppenberg. There is other grass and other ground. So I like it everything. But when it's dry, it is really speed race, and it is like criterium, and it is really about top condition.
And if we look to the races this weekend, who do you think is the big favorite then?
I think now it is amazing that beginning be on front young women. It is nice for this category. I don't know, is there Lucinda Brandt? She have a rainbow jersey. Every time when you have this rainbow jersey, you have more power like other. Then it's a Betsema. Then, like I say, young riders, Blanca, Kate Vas, Puck Peters, and now Sri Van Anrooy, that have good condition. It will be amazing race, and I think it will be also a really tactic race, because I don't believe that front will be one rider or two riders. Will be their group, and who will have good tactic, he will win.
But I think normally it's gonna be indeed a group that is gonna be occurring during the race. Like Petr said, it's not gonna be one guy or one woman at least that's gonna be alone going solo. I think it's gonna be a tactical race for sure. And if we have seen, if the Lucinda Brandt from the European Championship is gonna be again in Tabor, she's gonna be very good. But if it's gonna be the Lucinda Brandt from a week before that, it's gonna be a different story. So we have to see. But I think Brandt and also the younger women that have also some experience on this parcours will be very good. So it's gonna be a tactical race for sure.
I think that Lucinda still have plus advantage that this race is more like a road race, and she have from road race many kilometers, and she knows she's clever for this. So we will see how she will have much with young women's riders.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. I do think Brandt looked incredibly strong at the European Championships on the Van Berg.
Yeah.
And I think she will be probably the big favorite here. I am, however, interested to see if Betsema can bounce back, because I don't believe that one bad weekend at the European Championships means that Betsema is out of contention. She was very good throughout the season. And as Peter said, we have the road experience, and Vas is also a very good rider on the road.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Vas and Brandt will be competing with Betsema. I see those as the three big favorites. And perhaps behind that we find a big pack, because the women's race is always open with young riders. Pieterse should be a parcours for Alvarado. Perhaps we can see Honsinger if she gets a good start. Plenty of names. But yeah, I think those three are the main names that we can expect at the front of the race. Perhaps Casablanca Vas, it's of course a race in Czech Republic. Perhaps there will be some Hungarian fans for her there. I think she's a very dangerous outsider.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we will see how it will be. Races open.
And what do we expect from Alvarado? I just mentioned her. I think it's a parcours for her. Not having a great season so far, but she did get fourth at the European Championships. Do you guys think that she can maybe compete for a podium here?
This is big questions. I don't know what was problem with Alvarado, but I think that she have good team. She have good team around her, and when not now, so on during or end season, she will be in top condition, because they know it how prepare for hard time. It beginning on during Christmas time, where there are many races in Belgium, and is there a hard program, and I believe that she will be also on end season good.
I can only agree with that. I think She had, when she came back, she came back very strong in Zonhoven. So I thought from there she would contend for victory, but then Overijssel was not so good. Koppenberg was okay. On the European Championship, she showed she had good condition, but just not really, the end part was there. Yeah, I think Alvarado indeed is gonna be better going on in the season, and if Tabor is going to be too early, yeah, maybe. But if it's gonna be a tactical race and it's gonna be a bit slower race, maybe she can use that as her advantage and get a good result out.
Yeah, I do agree that she's working towards the championships right now. The World Cup classification is gone for her. Same for the Super Prestige and the X2O. She's already pretty far behind, so the World Championships is really what she's working towards. However, there is another name coming over from across the ocean, Magali Rochette. She did good in the USA World Cups. This parcours should, in my opinion, also suit her because she likes a bit of hills here, couple of steps, couple of hurdles. I think we could see her compete for the top 10 because the impression she gave me in the USA was really good.
I think Rochette will be on a good level for sure. She had been winning some races overseas in United States, so we will see. I think it's hard to say if she's gonna be from the first race in Europe gonna be in the top 10, but I think she will definitely be there. And like I said, if the race is gonna be slow, it's gonna be tactical attacks. You never know what's gonna happen then, and then everybody has a chance and a shot to have a very good result. So let's see. I think if it's gonna be a slower race, for sure she has a chance. If Betsema or Brandt think to open the race halfway through very early, yeah, then it's gonna be, I think, a little bit more difficult.
Petr, are there any Czechish women we should look out for in this race?
By us, it's now a little bit problems with good riders in elite and good riders in the women category, men category. On women category, many years back was good Paula Havlíková, but she, I don't know, already having good condition. We will see how it will be with her for future. And then we have really many generation problems. So now beginning be good young rider. She's first year in category under 23, Kristina Zemanová. She's for us a little bit combat in Toy Cups. Now she was 8th in category under 23 women on European champions. And other women, she do discipline mountain bike and cyclocross, but not concentrated on one discipline. And it is little bit bad and problems because when we have concurrence between Czech women, Czech riders, it will be bad because when we coming to foreign countries on the race, is there hard because they go really hard race fast, and when is here in Czech small concurrence between riders, it is also in between men when it's race men. It is difficult and stupid because when we coming on Belgium or Holland, they go fast. They go fast every weekend. Every weekend they have hard race. These riders in Holland, in Belgium. When we coming there one time or two times on a month, it is difficult to adapt this fast tempo.
I think that's definitely an important thing, and we'll talk about that a bit at the end. For now, we should stay focused a bit on the racing here in Tabor. I would like to mention Clara Honsinger still for the women's race. She came off a 3rd place in Overijssel. What do you think that she can do here in Tabor?
Honsinger needs to have a slow race. I think she needs to get in a rhythm. If she's getting the chance to get back in the race, and it's not going to be a fast start, it's going to be a bit slower, I think with the climbing sections she wouldn't do bad, but it's hard to say. We have to wait and see if one of the stronger women are gonna take the race in their own hands, and if they don't do that, I think then they will have a very hard time in the last few laps to have Honsinger not on the podium.
Earlier we mentioned that there were 3 big favorites, but I mean we didn't really mention Pieterse then. I do personally think that Pieterse is in a very good form at the moment. Of course, she did crash at the European Championships, but I think that will make her extra eager. The parcours in Tabor should really suit her, in my opinion, especially with those hurdles. I think she will be the only one, or one of the only ones, trying or actually even jumping them. Hurdles here in Tabor, of course, very difficult considering you have this steep banking up, and then on top of that the hurdles, which makes you basically jump a lot higher, and then after that the climb. It will definitely be an advantage for her. I'm looking forward to see what she can do. I wouldn't be surprised to see her fighting for a podium or maybe even a win.
Yeah, I think that, like you say, Pieterse is one from many women who jumped. See her last year that she tried jumping. Many times she jumped first hurdles, and for second hurdles she haven't speed. So we will see how it will be this year. And she's one from many. She can be for future world champions many times, and she can be top rider. So, but about still program, I think that for organizer for World Cups is important for future young categories. It is important concentrate because from these young categories, like is junior women, junior men, can be concurrence for future. Now it's important, like you spoke, that Clara Honsinger is between Holland, between Dutch women on top 5. Also, it's important there Kate Blanca-Vas. It's important for women's cyclocross. And it is necessary be also for men's cyclocross. Now still we wait. It will be Tom Pidcock on start. Maybe he coming on during December. And these riders cyclocross must be more international like it was before many years.
We'll talk about that internationalization a bit more at the end of the podcast when we can go in on the youth races as well. For now, let's make some predictions. Petr, you are our guest, so go ahead, take the prediction, take the floor, make your predictions.
I think, I don't know, it's difficult. Like we spoke, from me, Lucinda Brandt, Puk Pieterse, Blanca Kitwas.
And Issam, what do you think?
It's hard, but I think normally there is no one that can beat a good Brandt, so I will go with Brandt, and then I think in second it's just gonna be Betsema, and then third let's hope for Vas that she can get on the podium.
I will be mixing things up a bit. I will be going here with the win for Puk Pieterse ahead of Kata Blanca-Vas, and then third place for Lucinda Brandt. Let's talk about the men's race a bit then now. Do we think that Lars van der Haar is the big favorite after his win? Or do we think that Iserbyt is able to bounce back from a disappointing European Championship?
I think that now Lars will have a good mental thinking, and I believe because he win, I think already one time in Tabor, and he will feel strong now and can be on top 3 again, maybe win, will be there again. I think that Iserbyt will have better day on European champions. Also, Ton Aerts will be won't missing on podium. Quinte Hermans have good season, so we will see how men will have tactic. There it is also about who really have power. He try make attack and maybe will be front 1 or 2 laps. And it's important how it will be with weather. If it will be windy, it is difficult to try attack and go front and try go to the finish alone. But we will see We will see how it will be. Still, I believe that can be also Michael Boroš from Czech, because it will be important for Czech fans. And when he will be front, they give him power, and it is also special for us be on front Czech rider.
Yeah, I think that it's for Van der Haar with his European jersey, you're obviously gonna have a boost. It's giving you a boost when you wear a national jersey or a now European jersey. So I think he's gonna be good. He's definitely gonna be up there. I think Iserbyt is not going to have the same bad day as he had on the European Championship, so he's gonna be good as well. He likes the parcours. So I think we are going to a race with a couple of favorites, because I think Vanthournhout, I think he was winner of last year. He's probably going to be in good shape. He seemed to be okay on the European. So I think Vanthournhout also someone to watch out for, and Aerts obviously, and Hermans. So we have a lot of names, and let's hope for Boroš that he can, with the Czech fans, to be able to get in a top 10, because I think it's always good to have a top 10 with not only Belgium and Dutch riders, but also with some other countries.
Yeah, I do agree there about Boroš. He's having a pretty solid season. He was good in Zonhoven, just outside of the top 10. And then at the European Championships, he crashed, but he did ride a good comeback race. He finished just outside the top 10 there as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, especially considering the absence of the Belgian under-23 riders as they ride their own race, and also Dubois, who ended in the top 10 of the European Championships, is not here. He prefers a Coupe de France. Yeah, with all those riders not there, I could see Boroš end in the top 10, and if that means that there is a big group at the front, yeah, Boroš could be in it. Will he podium? Nah, probably not. If he ends in the top 5, I would be very surprised, but if he ends 8th or 9th, or even 10th, I think he's done a very good job. About the race itself, more towards the front, I do expect a tactical race, because as Petr just said, the parcours looks to be pretty fast at this time of the year. And I expect the names at the front to be the guys you just mentioned, Van der Haar, Iserbyt, Vanthournhout, etc. I don't expect the world of Toon Aerts. He hasn't made a great impression this season, at least that's what I feel from it. However, he can surprise us, but I do look more towards his teammate. Van der Haar will have wings from that European title, finally getting a big win again. So I expect him to do really good here, and he will probably fight it out, in my opinion, with Iserbyt, who bounces back a bit, but I think Vanthournhout and Hermans look to be the two strongest guys throughout the rest of the season, so I would expect those guys at the front, but it will certainly be a close battle, a tactical one, which should be fun to watch. If we were then to make a prediction out of this big list, who would you guys go for?
Like I spoke, I believe that will be a good morale. Lars van den Haar will be there also, Michel Vanthournhout and Iserbyt. These three guys on podium.
I think that is a very, very good prediction, to be honest. I'm not going for the same. I think Van der Haar is gonna be good. I think he's gonna be on the podium, but I think he's gonna be second or third. I think that that Iserbyt wants revenge after the European Championship, so maybe I think Iserbyt will win, and then second for Van der Haar, and third Vanthournhout.
I do agree with Petr that Lars van der Haar is going to be on fire here. He is going to storm to the victory in that European Championship jersey. So nice said it, he thinks it will give Van der Haar a boost, and I agree. So he will take the win, and then in second place, just like last week at the European Championships, Quinten Hermans. And then for third, Iserbyt or Vanthournhout. Let's take Vanthournhout. We covered the men's and women's race, so now we can focus on the things that we left out until the end. The internationalization of the sport, the state of Czech cyclocross in terms of talent. Could you elaborate a bit on what you have seen in terms of talent development in men and women junior and under 23 categories?
I believe that we find talent, we find some talent, but it was also difficult for this category last year that they start only on one World Cup in Tabor and win Matěj Stransky. he can be maybe from Czech now for future some stars, but it is about hard work, and now it is for him difficult that he last year win the category junior race and now beginning category under 23. So you know that it is 4 years different. So first year is hard, but he can be for us for future Maciej Stransky.
So here the audio of Petr cut out, but he is talking about Matthias Kopecky.
Many problems with crashes, and I hope that for now November or December he will have good condition. These two names can be for the future from a young category junior. And about women, like I spoke on the beginning, now is good Kristina Zemanova, maybe Julia Kopecky. It is daughter from Thomas and Matthias Kopecky. They beginning also in young categories. Thomas Kopecky have silver medal from world champions in Falkenburg, and Matthias Kopecky this season in summer he win Czech champions on road, but also he was really good talent for cyclocross. These brothers concentrate more on a road section, but Julia Kopecky can be also for us stars for women category.
I think it's definitely good to see that there's young talent coming through from the Czech Republic. Of course, Czech Republic used to be one of the, at some point even the leading country within cyclocross, and now it's kind of disappeared. And I mean, it's in a way good that the World Cup in Tabor is still there, because I've heard a lot of talks about, oh, we should only go to countries that have star riders that attract massive crowds. But it's very easy to do that, and this comes together with the talk about the national series of countries, like, oh, but they have a national series, so it doesn't matter. But if you are a young kid and you kind of enjoy cycling, or even if you don't, if there isn't this big race that attracts all the big riders, I don't think you are ever going to be really sucked into the sport, and that would be a pity, because I think these races, especially in countries that have a base and a history like Czech Republic and in another extent Swiss, France, they have an added value on the calendar, and it's really important for them to be there. So at least one time a year we can see, or these people and young riders can see the top riders and compete with them at least once, because financially it also isn't easy for everyone from Czech Republic to make the trip to Belgium. Some maybe might be able to go 1 or 2 times or with the federation, but I can imagine that that's not easy, and that then at least they get one chance to show what they're worth.
It is difficult now with this situation. I know, I understand that it's problem with money, with start money, but for us it's problem when we go to Belgium and we must pay everything, like transfer, like hotel, like mechanics. And you can do 1 time, 2 times, but not can do every week. And it is still that we have here Czech series Toy Cup. Is there category C2? Is there some money? Is there points for UCI ranking? And when we have this race, it's important for us start here and then go to Belgium. It is for these young people really hard, because when they coming after Saturday, when they have race in Czech and then go to Belgium for Sunday, like for World Cups, it not can be good condition, because here go with this concurrention. Go Saturday race, and when they coming to the Belgium and have their race Sunday, it is hard. So it's many problems there, but that's life. We must slowly go step by step back, but we believe that we find some talent, some stars from Czech, and can be on top 5, top 10, like in category women, like in category men. Yeah, because I think that for cyclocross, missing international top 5, top 10 is there only riders from Belgium and Holland. And now Cyclocross lost international riders. And it is, I think, not good for future, and now beginning to be a little bit problem, because when you see on results and when you watch on World Cups on television, it is not like it was before 10, 20 years that cyclocross was top discipline. Was there many countries on head.
I definitely agree there. The sport lost its international image. There were plenty of riders from the Czech Republic, Simonek, Bina, yourself, Štýbar. This is just a couple of them. There were also riders from Switzerland, a couple of French riders, German riders that could compete, and now it's mainly Dutch and Belgian riders. But if I were to give my opinion, it all comes down to this one thing. In Belgium, every weekend, you already said it, there's top racing. And if you are in Belgium, you can live at home, step in your car on Saturday, drive to a top tier race which is on TV, drive back home, sleep in your own bed, and the next day you can do the same. If you're in the Czech Republic or in France or in any other country, well, you can be lucky if there's 1 or 2 races in the weekend, and then even then you need to travel and it costs quite some money. So it's just kind of an unfair, well, it's not really unfair, but unfair between brackets. It's not the fairest thing. Like, Belgium just has the center of the sport in its country, and it makes it super hard for other countries to even compete with that.
Yeah, that's true. You must find some family or some people around you, and then when you will live in Belgium or in Holland, you can go on top 10, top 5. But it is not like it was before 20 years when I started Saturday on the race in Czech, and Sunday I was on start on super prestige like Rudevorde or Gita. It is a difficult situation, but we will see. For me, it is not good when I see like cyclocross go down, but also it is about that is 16 World Cups for elite. And for young categories, only 5. But like I say, it is about organizer, about money.
I think money is indeed the most important thing at the moment, because you have to pay so much to organize a race, too much, and they don't look into the internationalization, the growing the sport. They look only for cheap kind of way of organizing something, for business and to make sure that they will earn money. So it's a shame, because I think the junior categories are the most important categories for cyclocross, because from there they can grow and become superstars and get in a top 10 and in a top 5, and I totally agree with that.
I think you're right, Issam. The juniors category is probably one of the most important categories in terms of development, and it's very good to see that there is a pretty talented generation coming through from the Czech Republic. I saw a couple of riders racing at the European Championships on the Vanberg. I really liked what I saw there, because I saw really talented riders in terms of technique. I mean, sure, some maybe weren't the most powerful, but they were still around the back end of the top 10. Some crashed and rode a good recovery race after that, but what I saw was the technique. There weren't many technical features on the course, but the ones that there were, they did it really well. And in my opinion, that's the most important thing in the juniors category, because you can always train for power and speed, but the technique, you're in a way born with it. You have the feeling or you don't. And what I saw here was positive. However, I hope that they will stay within the cyclocross sport, because we've seen it that there's plenty of riders that combine it with mountain bike and or road. And I mean, Tupajlik is probably the example of that. We all remember him having good results in the youth categories, and then he chose for the road. So, Petr, do you think that these riders will stay in cyclocross, or will they eventually choose for the road?
Yeah, Adam Tupajlik was also a big talent from Czech. He was on first year on juniors category. He was third, and year after he win World Cups juniors category, and before World Champions he was top favorite, but it was difficult for him that mentality and psychic before race he was down, and after start on World Champions, it was in Hogerheide in Dutch. After start, after 1 or 2 laps, he stopped, and then he concentrated still 2 years on cyclocross. Have still medal from Soldier 2016. Then beginning concentrate for road, and now everything concentrated on road. So he was big time from Czech Republic, and everybody see Zdeněk Stybar. Zdeněk Stybar win 2 times cyclocross title, and after this he go on a road. He begin be good on road. Still 2014 go back on only 1 race in the season. It was a legendary race with Sven Nys. It was amazing race. That's Zdeněk coming only for this race, and it was perfect race. And just before finish, Sven make a mistake and Zdeněk win. But everybody now from Czech riders following from cyclocross to Zdeněk Stybar. It is why we haven't now really good riders. 2 generation they go from cyclocross to road, but they think that will be easy be on road. I know Zdeněk. I was him with team. I was with him on when he was young on national team. He make everything hard training, hard concentrated. It is not only about training on bike. He do many trainings like running, like fitness, like some power training. This is why it's only one Zdeněk Stybar, because many riders only talking about that will be good rider, that will be make hard training, but Zdeněk do these things really hard. So I don't know. I believe that we will be have for future some talent, but Zdeněk Stybar not born every year, every 10 years, I don't know. We will see how it will be.
I think you're right. And to accomplish that, do you think that the calendar of Czech races might need to be adjusted a bit? Because I don't know how to pronounce this name, but on Wednesday there's a Toy Cup in Vezeli, not Luznay, I think.
Yeah.
What if that race would have been the day before Tabor? It's really close to Tabor. Like, I don't know the budget. I know that it's hard to have money, so I don't know if it is realistic. But if this race would have been on the day before Tabor, and it would have been on TV, I think a lot of top Belgian riders would have wanted to start there, because they can get some UCI points when they are in a foreign country far away. So maybe that way it would have been better, because then you have 1 weekend of racing in Czech Republic. In Czech Republic, they see the big riders more times. For the riders, they have a bit more UCI points and perhaps a bit more prize money. So it would be a win-win.
I know what you mean, but Agentura Ciclistica, he is organizer the Toy Cup, and we have 17 November holiday. It is for us some I don't know what was is holiday day. It is free day, and organizer want that on the weekend we can go to a race to is now hit now is Kokside, is some race in Slovak, is race in Poland. So they take many race. What we have like 28 October. We have also holiday, but this year is some problem with this date. But organizer was many years give on these holidays. So it is questions why don't give it before. It is not like in Belgium because also for Toy Cup is important start their young categories. and it is not like Belgium that you can do before hard race, still small race. Okay, because Agentura Ciclistica have everything for start and finish, and it's not possible do with one things go to Westfalia Lužnici. It is 30 or 50 kms from Tabor, okay? But they need everything already prepared in Tabor on track. It is about materials, so it is not like in Belgium that in Belgium is many materials for start and finish, like Girivan and these things.
Yeah, then it's pretty simple. Without materials, you can't organize a race, so it makes more sense now. However, I do hope in the future that if interest increases and sport grows again in Czech Republic, that we can see perhaps a double weekend there possible, but that's something for the future. I would still like to make a final mention, however, on the World Championships that are going to be held in Tabor in just over 2 years' time. Do you think that this might be the impulse that the sport in Czech Republic needs?
Yeah, but we must prepare some good riders and believe that for us it will be this champions important for start top cyclocross riders from Czech.
Are you maybe looking at Jezek then, who rides in the juniors men category?
Jezek, it is Václav Jezek, it is son from Václav Jezek. We was many times with him in Belgium, but we will see now he have problem with head. He start already on some small races in Belgium. I think that he was already in Rudevorde. There was not good day, but the next day in Zonhoven in the junior race category, I think that he was 6 or 7. Yeah, and now they calculate before European champions that he can be on top 5, top 10, but he was not good prepared and have a good start. And after 2 laps, he stopped that have 2 times crash and had to go down, and he stopped. So we will see. We have many these small talents, but nobody go up to category under 23 and then to category elite.
Well, do you perhaps know what would be needed to change that?
I think that although it is not about cyclocross, it is already about summer program. In Czech is cup for cadets and juniors category, but like I say already on beginning podcast, we haven't so big concurrence between riders, and it is problem. You know how it is with Belgian riders, with Dutch riders when they won't start. So they won't be top because they go every race about some contract for future. And other riders won't be also be in Belgium. They won't go to Belgium for sign some contract, but they haven't good condition already from summer. So here it is also difficult that it's necessary to have good summer program and hard summer training, and then must coming prepare for cyclocross. It is not about cyclocross beginning on end August or beginning September. For us, it's important. Like when I was in Czech team or in the Fidea team, it was about program in summer, and you must have good summer program for prepare body for future for cyclocross. So now is for us a long way and hard way prepare the riders for Cyclocross World Champions 2024.
Well, let's hope that it all works out and we will see some Czech talent at the World Championships in Tabor. Petr, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Also, thank you for invite and thank you that we hear it, and I wish for every cyclocross a good healthy it is important at this time, and I hope that we will have every races, not will be nothing race cancelled, and we can celebrate from every weekend, every race.
Issam, thank you as well for being here.
Yeah, no worries, and thank you, Dlask, for joining the podcast. It was really a lot of interesting stuff you came up with. Thank you, man.
And with that said, we can wrap up this episode of the Cyclocross Social Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments or anything to note on this podcast or in general, feel free to leave a rating if you're listening on Apple, or send an email to noah@cyclocross.com. That's with 3 S's at the end. Or you can also fill in a contact form on our website, cyclocross.social. I hope you could all understand it. I think Petr did a very good job in explaining it. Although his English wasn't perfect, in my opinion, we could still follow it. Tomorrow we'll be back with a podcast about the Super Prestige in Niel. And then for this weekend, we are still in doubt if we will make a podcast about Leuven, but certainly about the podcast in Tabor. See you guys then. Goodbye.